Well, Mets fans, if you've been sick to your stomach after watching your team and you've been reaching for the Pepto-Bismol, well, I'm sure that you are not alone in this. The Metropolitans, they're in the middle of a 7-game losing streak. They've dropped 11 of their last 12 games, 31 of their last 50 dating back to June 13th. Yeah, I know, I get it. That's a lot of losing. But as the Mets have a much-needed off day between this losing streak and their next series, let's try to bring a little bit of hope to the fan base. Look, here's the thing. History, actually recent history, says that this might not be the final chapter of the 2025 New York Mets. Look, teams have bounced back from 7-game losing streaks before. The 2006 Cardinals, yeah, I know, Mets fans, that one still hurts, but they lost 7 in a row 3 different times that season, even extending it to 8, and they won the World Series anyway. In fact, 5 other teams in the wild card era lost 7 straight in the season, and they went on to lift the trophy. So, as bad as this looks, it's not an automatic death sentence. Now, here's the catch. No team in MLB history has ever rebounded from a 1-11 stretch and won the World Series. So, the Mets' recent skid puts them in uncharted territory. But plenty of teams, they've had 2-10 slumps and still gone all the way. The most recent example, the 2010 Giants, who ended up spraying champagne in October. And get this, the Mets, as I mentioned before, they've also lost 31 of their last 50. Ugly, I know, but the 2014 Giants, they did the same thing and still won it all. So it's rare, but not impossible. Now, this upcoming homestand is everything for the Mets. The Braves, they come to town first, and we know division games can swing a season in a hurry. Then it's the Mariners, a team that the Mets should feel like they can handle if they do things winning baseball teams do, and they clean up the defense, get a little more clutch hitting, and stabilize that bullpen. I know at this point, that's a lot to ask with the way they've been playing. But remember, they still have 7 more series against divisional rivals and a 3-game set against the Tigers team that's struggling right now. The schedule is there for a turnaround if they can just stop the bleeding right now. So yes, the panic meter, it's absolutely rising. And yes, this feels like one of those summer swoons that you don't wake up from. But baseball seasons are long. Sometimes a team needs just one big homestand to rewrite the narrative. The Mets, they've got a chance to do that this week. If, and that's a big if, folks, right now, if they take care of business against Atlanta and Seattle, the conversation changes fast. And if history has taught us anything, it's that even teams that look like they're falling apart in August can be the ones spraying champagne in October. Either way, Mets fans, as we approach mid-August, it's time to find out what this team is really made of.